ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات ربه وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن دعا بدعوته إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks in the Quran about Ramadan and about fasting. It's a beautiful verse which we often quote. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. The last word of this verse, of course, is the operative word in the ayah, in the verse. In that the operative word لعلكم تتقون encapsulates and encloses the objective of fasting in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is very, very important that we understand what fasting is, what is siyam. It is also very important to understand what is Ramadan. I've said before that the 13 years that the Prophet spent in Makkah, many lessons we learned from that. Although I think it is ignored to say, well, 13 years in Makkah, and we concentrate on the 10 years spent in Medina, because in Medina, everything that we know about Islam happened. Salah became farz, zakah became farz, fasting became farz, Hajj became farz. So while it was in Makkah, there was no such obligations placed on the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I've indicated to you that the most important lesson that we learned from the 13 years that he spent in Makkah was the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala planted in him character, khuluq. And one of the character traits that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala planted in him took 13 years to make him the person that he was in terms of character, was that he became the most trustworthy person who would ever walk on the earth. Al-Amin. That he was a man who was untrained and uneducated in the Western sense, in the modern sense. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that generations upon generations of people who would be highly educated would question the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they would accept the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of the character of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because we know and believe truly that he never spoke a lie. He never told an untruth. And it is his character that attracted millions and billions of people towards the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One would have thought that the act of fasting would have, maybe Allah would have imposed it on the Nabi alayhi salatu in Makkah. Because it would have been very easy for the Sahaba and the Prophet to fast in Makkah. Why? Because they were already fasting. They were already poor. They already had no food. They were already boycotted. So it would have been extremely easy for Allah to say, well, you're already starving, you already have no food. Maybe I should just tell you, Muhammad niyyah for fasting and fast. Very easy. Allah would have said, just make niyyah in the morning for fasting, for Fajr and in Maghrib, and mashallah, you will get the reward of fasting. It didn't come. There was no fast. 13 years, no fasting. Fasting became found in the second year in Medina. So it's 15 years since the initiation of the Prophet ﷺ into the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala imposed the foul of the fasting. What does this teach us? Someone be listening. What does it teach us? It teaches us that fasting is not about skipping meals. Fasting is not about puasa. And immediately what comes to mind is if a sick person tells you he's fasting, you think, oh, this person is skipping meals. He's skipping meals. MashaAllah. He's going hungry for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no such thing as going hungry for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't impose that kind of obligation upon us. Just hunger. Because if it was just hunger, the problem would have fasted in Makkah. So what is fasting? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created in Medina an atmosphere of peace, an atmosphere of goodness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had revealed the Quran to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam about all these faraid in Makkah. So what is it? It tells us that a person should fast in circumstances in which he will be able to express his iman. Now we fast by choice, isn't it? Why do we fast by choice? Why do I say we fast by choice? Because you cannot fast unless and until you have made an intention to fast. You choose to make the intention and you choose to fast. Imam Shafi'i is very, very set on intention. You have to make the intention verbally, because we know that the seat of intention is in the heart. But we know as Shafi'is, we need to say nawaitu, so maghadi, I intend to fast tomorrow. And adai fard shahr Ramadan, to carry out the fard of the month of Ramadan. And we say lillahi ta'ala, for the sake of Allah. So we fast by choice. But there are millions upon millions upon millions of Muslims in the world who fast without choice. They not only fast in Ramadan without choice, they fast the whole year without choice. There are millions of people in war-torn situations, people who have nothing to eat, they fast. Forced fast. They have no choice. And so there are lots of people even around us that for the whole year fast without choice. Maybe they don't fast full days, but they don't have 3 meals a day like we have. Breakfast, lunch and supper. So if Ramadan and the feeling of hunger does not make us think about helping and assisting and feeding those who are hungry, then we have failed in our fasting. Because that pang that you have in your stomach, remember the people in Yaman feel the same pang. We have samosas to look forward to and pies tonight. My wife asked me before we left, but today was not eat tonight. So it's all about what about tonight. It's all about food. And we have it. We have fridges, we've stocked up. We can't eat all the samosas even if we fast for 2 months. So stockers. We eat now samosas until next Ramadan. Because we have, it's frozen, so you can keep it as long as you want. And if after 6 months you still have it, we give it to the maid. So much food we have. So if this time of hunger doesn't say, oh, it's the beginning of Ramadan, I have to pay my zakat, that's an important thing, you know. I hope all of you have already worked out how much zakat you should pay for the month of Ramadan, if you paid in the month of Ramadan, not for the month, if you paid in the month of Ramadan. Because if your zakat is due on the 1st of Ramadan, and you have not paid it by the 2nd of Ramadan, or taken it out of the bank by the 2nd of Ramadan, then you're in big trouble with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't skip when He has to give you food and when you ask for something. Isn't it? Allah doesn't say, well, Faaik, you asked me for rizq today, wait 3 months then. Wait 2 weeks. No, we want it now. Ya Allah, I'm asking you for food, I want it now. Subhanallah. So it's very important for us. Fasting is useless if you don't pay zakah. You know that. You may as well eat. If you don't pray, don't give zakah, and you fast, sorry, The rules are the rules. Rules are rules. So yes, zakah precedes fasting. Well, many of you may pay your zakah in other months, maybe in Muharram, maybe, depending on when your 12 months is over. But if your 12 months is over in Ramadan, you should go home today if you haven't done it, and spend the afternoon working on your zakah. If you have too much money, and you don't know you have to need an accountant, then you take out the sum of money which you took out last year. And you put that aside and say, that's my zakah. So at least you tell your wife and your children, you know, my zakah is there. And then you work out your zakah. If it's less, mashallah, you give more. If it's more, then you add to it. Because you could say, well, it's going to take me 30 days, you know, I have to first see what shares I have, and how much it was worth in the first of Ramadan, and see my RA that I have, you know, how much money I put in there, how much investments I have. And remember, if you loan somebody money, if you're lending somebody money, you, the lender, has to pay zakah on that money. So if I loan you 100,000 rand or 50,000 rand, then I pay zakah. I, the giver, pay zakah. That's what somebody asked me that, and the person was quite surprised when I said, yes, you have to pay on those, so I just want to remind you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then has given us the month of Ramadan for us. And we all say, you know, the month of Ramadan is a special month. It is a special month. The month of Ramadan is a month of energetic seeking after reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the month of Ramadan, as I said the other morning, other night, after Taraweeh, I said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given us the month of Ramadan as the platinum standard. It's the platinum standard for worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not about more. It's about the same with greater intensity. So like I said, I compared it to the bank. The bank gives you a card, and the bank gives you a silver card, and the bank gives you a gold card, and ultimately the bank gives you a platinum card. But with all those cards, you can draw money at the ATM. But with a platinum card, you have so much more that you can do. You know, I don't have a platinum card. I see many faces here that looks like platinum cards. Although we use fasting, I can see that. I'm not a Sufi, I'm just joking. So, Ramadan is then the platinum standard. What does it mean? It means Ramadan is one tier up from the rest of the months. Because Sha'ban is a good month. Rajab is a very good month. The months of Hajj are the best months. The 10 days of Hajj are the best days of the 10 days of Hajj. So we cannot say that Ramadan is just a month in which our concentration and taqwa intensifies. We still have to pray 5 times a day. We have to pray more than 5 times a day. Ramadan we pray also 5 times a day. But we do it with great intensity. We do it with Jamaat, we do it on time. We see that we do it with full wudu. We see that we learn how to do it properly. SubhanAllah. One of the things that always helps me is I come into the masjid and I look at people make salah and I think, this is not Shafi, this is not Hanafi, this is not Hanbali, this is not Maliki. What kind of madhab is this man praying on? SubhanAllah. What kind of madhab are these people praying? SubhanAllah. And I think to myself, you know, this is all because of a lack of knowledge. So if a person can't pray properly, then of course he can't take wudu properly. And I don't pay stinja, so all becomes batil. So imagine you pray for 60 years, that's all batil because you haven't learned. There were lessons and dars upon dars. Every week I give dars on those things. Every Tuesday night I give on salah. And I come the next morning for Fajr and I say, because those people are not there. So the month of Ramadan is that kind of taqwa. The kind of taqwa where you take stock of where you are in life. And what came first? I mean, I came here this morning, I see myself, I'm going to speak now in Ramadan. and fasting. But what came before Ramadan and fasting? What came before Salah? What came before Hajj? What was there before all this? What was there in the 30? What was the first that was revealed to the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Aqim Salah, Allah revealed to him, make Salah. IQRA. Knowledge precedes ibadah. Knowledge precedes ibadah. We have to understand this. You can't come to the masjid 5 times a day with a big beard and a topi above your ankles and you don't know how to make salah. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. So, ilm is the first final place. What was the first thing that Allah did to the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Teach him to make salah? No. He taught him the Quran. He taught him the Quran. He sent him a teacher. A teacher in the form of Jibreel. That was the first that he sent. To teach him. So when you have an opportunity to learn anywhere, first learn. You have to make salah all the time. But at least you say to yourself, maybe I haven't, I've seen my father pray like this, but is it correct? I've seen my brother pray, but is it correct? So if we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the kind of thing that we will think about in the month of Ramadan. The 5 pillars which I speak about, the basics. Allah, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, Bunya al-Islam ala khams. Islam was built on 5 pillars. The first is Shahadat wa la ilaha illallah. Everybody says Shahadat wa la ilaha illallah. If you ask a Catholic, he will say, I say God is the only one worthy of worship. If you ask the Jew, he also says la ilaha illallah. Everybody says la ilaha illallah. And everybody prays. And everybody gives charity. And everybody does pilgrimage to somewhere. They go to Rome or anywhere else. Everybody fasts. You're not the only community that fasts. So what is the difference between us and them? We live in a world today where we have a thing called interfaith. Where today when we have a function, we have the Archbishop also at our functions. We must have a priest at our functions. I believe a nun gave the khutbah somewhere last Friday in the masjid. And this movement of this interfaith movement is a movement that has removed Muhammadun Rasulullah from the Quran. They say La ilaha illallah, everybody says La ilaha illallah. Everybody makes salah, everybody prays it. So, in fact, we are one. There's actually no distinction between us and others. But the biggest distinction that makes us different from others, we need to understand this. We need to understand this. That there is a difference. If somebody comes here, but you're not going to invite the bishop to the function, you're going to invite him to the masjid. No. He has his place. We respect him. And if he's a good man, we love him. But they're all good people. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the acid test for Allah to accept your ibadah, your fasting and your prayer and your charity and your belief in God is Muhammadun Rasulullah. If a person doesn't submit and say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent the final prophet, his name was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and if you do not submit to that, lakum dinukum waliya din. Then to you your deen and to me my deen. Otherwise we cooperate politically, socially, in every other respect. But to give the impression that we're all the same. And I had some very disturbing news that the scholar that comes to Cape Town regularly, I think he's here now, said, what is this big thing about us, about names? He said, why do we make such a big thing about names? about Muslim names. I was shocked when I heard this from this man. I was shocked. Because he says he was in Singapore and Muslim names girls are called Elizabeth and so forth. I lived in Malaysia where people's names were not Muslims. That is just how it is. The first woman I met in Malaysia, her name was Rose. So I asked her, is this just what do you call it? Bainam? What do you call it in English?
Nickname.
A nickname. She said, no, that's my name. My name is Rose. So you're Muslim. This is everything. So this man comes in, he says, what is it with names? In other words, what he's saying is that you can give your child any name. A rose by any other name is still a rose, as they say. But, subhanAllah, did the Nabi Sallallahu and the Sahaba give any other names except names which has been approved by the Nabi Sallallahu? Do we not know that Allah, Nabi Sallallahu said that the best names is the names Ma'ubida wa Ma'ubida? Those names in which there is Abd or Hamd, like Abdullah and Muhammad and Ahmad and so forth. Those are the best names, of course, when you have the Baqarah and all that. Where is that? What has happened to that tradition? And what has happened to the tradition of identification as a Muslim? I know today that some of us are identified only by the fact that we have a name that's a Muslim name. Don't say, I don't know you're a Muslim, I'm Muhammad. Don't look like us. So imagine my name was John or Mary or Elizabeth, subhanAllah. I would have all the excuses to live like a non-Muslim and to have Islam waiting in my heart. And to say, one day when I die, He was burying me as a Muslim. So, we need always, if ulama or anybody makes that kind of assertion or statement, we need to take it back to the time of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Would the Prophet have been happy for you to name your child John or Mary? No. Or Sahaba? No. And there were many names at the time of the Nabi, so you could have given a lot of Jewish names. They lived in this big Jewish community there. But what did the Jews do? They gave their children Arabic names. Because they lived in that environment. We live in an environment that we are Muslim first. Isn't it so? Are we not Muslim first? We are Muslim first. Although we live in this country, we are Muslim first. And the Christians will say they are Christians first. The Jews will say definitely that they are Jews first. We are on this road of losing everything that we have as Muslims. And I heard a clip, somebody sent me a clip about a lecture made by somebody in America. He was saying that the only way we can stop Islam, somebody sent me this clip, I think the person is in the masjid. The only way we can stop Islam, this person said, is to teach the leaders, the religious leaders of Muslims, to change their preaching of Islam. Can I tell you this is serious? Everybody is on this wagon of tolerance and we're the same, etc., etc., etc. So we live in very dangerous times, extremely dangerous times. And our children are confused about these things. Today's lecture was not about that. I just wanted to say that because you don't say what you have to say. So I was talking about knowledge. So knowledge precedes everything. And we need to understand that the lesson of Ramadan is the lesson of feeding a hunger, but not for ourselves, for others. I've said that the operative word in the verse on Ramadan is taqwa. And I want to read a hadith where the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Ittaqillah. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, there is a connection, there is a bond or a chain that connects the 5 pillars one to each other. They're not separate. They are connected to each other. The virtues of the one flows into the virtues of the other. And all of them are based on La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. That is the foundation. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the fruits of Ramadan is taqwa, the development of taqwa, it doesn't just mean that we must have taqwa in the month of Ramadan. That taqwa is something which you have in your heart, because taqwa is something which is something which you can't really, it's not tangible, you can't feel it, you can't see it. Maybe it's faith, maybe it's iman, but it's difficult to, we know people say, we know of course that the generalization of taqwa is that it means if you do which Allah commands, and you leave that which Allah doesn't command, and you do that which the Prophet commands, and you leave that which He hasn't commanded. That is in a nutshell. But when Allah Ta'ala speaks about Hajj, so Ramadan is a month and we develop this taqwa, this part. So when Allah talks about Hajj, what does Allah say? Allah says, فَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. Allah says, when you go on Hajj, you should provide for yourself. Don't even go to Makkah, make dua, Allah will send money from the sky for you. Or you will pick up a couple of $100 as you're walking around Baytullah or something like that. Something miraculous will happen to you. No. Allah says, فَزَوَّدُوا, take with you all your provisions. وَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. But the best provision you can take, and that provision you develop in the month of Ramadan. Taqwa. The best provision is to take Ramadan with you. And when the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam speaks about Ramadan, what does he say? He says, Ramadan is فإذا كان يوم صوم أحدكم فلا يرفث ولا يسخط فإن قاتله أحد فليقل إني صائم إني صائم. What is Ramadan? Ramadan, and this hadith, the hadith Qudsi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, gives the meaning to the Nabi, and the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says these words. This is one of the hadith where the words of the Prophet starts and hadith Qudsi comes together. Hadith al-Nabawi, hadith al-Qudsi. The first part is where the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, كل عمل ابن آدم له إلا صوم فإنه لي وأنا أجزي. Where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, كل عمل ابن آدم له. No. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says that every act, كل عمل ابن آدم يضاعف. Every act that the Muslim does, Allah increases the reward to whichever Allah wants. Then Allah says, inspires the Nabi to say, إِلَّا صَوْمِ, except fasting, فَإِنَّهُ لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي. Fasting is for me, and I reward. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you said that, but I say, fasting is for me, and I will give the reward of the fasting person, whatever rewards I want to give him on the day of Qiyamah. In the last part of this hadith, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, when your day of fasting arrives, what is this? فَلَا يَرْفُثْ وَلَا يَسْخَطْ. Allah says, talks about your character, not about. Allah says, when your day of fasting arrives, la yarfut, you should not speak anything to do with sexual relations. Nor should you look at anything which brings out anything that has to do with sex. Allah uses a specific word in that hadith Qudsi. Because we know the highest penalty in fasting is to lose your fast because of some sexual act. Somebody if you have sexual relations in the day in the month of Ramadan, you have to set free a slave. If you can't do that, you have to feed 60 people. If you can't do that, you must fast for 2 consecutive months. That's the highest penalty for anything that you step over the limit. So it's about your character. It's about developing. Taqwa is about that. La yarfuk wa la yaskhab. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not raise your voice in public. Excluding me. Do not raise your voice in public. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, one of the other things a Muslim must not do in the month of Ramadan is to shout in the road or in the marketplace. Muslim shouldn't. That is the platinum standard required in the month of Ramadan, and it is the gold standard required for all the other months of the year, not only the month of Ramadan. So you say, well, I'm not going to shout at my wife in the month of Ramadan. I'm not going to be a bully in the month of Ramadan. But that made us Ramadan to us. No. Ramadan is the platinum standard. The gold standard is that we take that lesson throughout. And of course, Ramadan teaches us to appreciate our wives more than at any other time, because the platinum standard for women also to please their husbands. It's also the husband's duty to assist his wife, of course, in the month of Ramadan. So taqwa is one. Then, فَإِنْ قَاتَلَهُ أَحَدٌ. And if somebody wants to fight with you, says Allah in the month of Ramadan, in Hadith Qudsi. If somebody wants to fight with you, so they have an argument with you, Shaitan comes and has an argument with you. فَلْيَقُلْ إِنِّي صَائِمٌ. إِنِّي صَائِمٌ. Say to him, sorry brother, I'm fasting. I'm fasting. So what is this about? This is about the development of character. That's why the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that أثقل شيء على الميزان حسن الخلق. That first lesson which Allah taught the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the fruits of that lesson, which is good character, weighs the heaviest on the scale on the day of Qiyamah. Not your fasting, not your salah, not your hajj. The thing that will weigh the heaviest on the day of Qiyamah will be your character. And I can tell you, my reading of history tells me that the greatest empire, which was the Muslim empire, the Muslim civilization, was based on the character of the people who took this deen to the four corners of the earth. Of course, we've lost that. We've lost the spirit of jihad. We don't even want to use the word jihad. We will use the word jihad to say, yes, jihad is defend yourself when people want to attack you. That's absolute rubbish. That's absolute rubbish to say that. And I'll say 3 times because it's on camera. That's absolute rubbish. Why is it rubbish? Because the whole life of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was a life of jihad, of fighting in the path of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. If you take the first battle, the battle of Badr, look at the choice. He could have gone back to Medina. Nobody was attacking him. He came there, the caravan was gone. He would have said, well, we'll go home now. No. He did not object. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made jihad farad on him, that you have to take this deen. If people do not want to accept it, you have to take it by force around the world. So the Sahaba took and conquered within the first 100 years right up to the gates of China, including India and the subcontinent, including the steppes in Russia, including the whole of the Middle East, including the whole of North Africa. How did they do that? By saying that jihad is a defensive strategy? No. And when the Muslims fought, the character came out. Then once people said, put up the white flag, they stopped. If it was Christians or Jews, they would be given the choice of paying jizya, and the churches would be protected, they would be protected, everything would be protected. But what is the purpose of jihad? The purpose of jihad is to spread the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the purpose of jihad. And there's a way of doing it. I mean, today we don't even blink an eye when America drops the biggest bomb on the Muslim country of Afghanistan. Why not? Because we've become immune to what the West does. But when Muslims want to lift up one gun to shoot in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what we say, oh, these people, astaghfirullah, what is this? Killing people. But they've killed millions and millions of people and we say nothing. So, there are people I know who say that, jihad is for this. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Al-jihadu madin ila yawm al-qiyamah. Jihad will be with us until the day of Qiyamah. Until the day of Qiyamah. And if a Muslim has no intention or inclination in his heart to make jihad, he will not die as a Muslim. Every Muslim must have in his heart the inclination that if the time should come, I will be first to make jihad. And we know the story of the three Sahaba who stayed behind, didn't go for the battle of Khaybar, not Khaybar, what is the battle? Tabuk. Prophet refused to greet them, Prophet refused to have anything to do with them until Allah revealed the verse forgiving them for what they had done. And they had not done an intention, they had reasons for it. So you see our deen is under threat by the ulama, by people who say that they have this knowledge. Because of fear, because of many things. And because we want to be loved by the people, not by Allah. And yet, that is a goal which no one has ever accomplished in life. The love of people. Nobody has accomplished. It's impossible. Even the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam hasn't accomplished that. We're only 2 billion. Another 5 billion. Who doesn't like it? But what has he accomplished? The rida of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The satisfaction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is what he has accomplished. And that is what he had given. That legacy he had given to the Sahaba, and that legacy was given by the Sahaba to us. So the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says in this hadith, اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, fear Allah, have taqwa of Allah, wherever you are. What does it mean? It means act properly wherever you are. Show your character as a Muslim wherever you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter who you're speaking to or what you do. Always impress upon those that you meet that I act as a Muslim. This is my character, this is how I act because I am a Muslim. You don't have to say it, people will say it for you. وَخَالِقِ النَّاسَ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنٍ. And the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, and when you deal with people, deal with them in the best way, in the best manner that your best character will give. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran talks about the benefits of taqwa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the muttaqoon. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the Quran with the first verse, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah says that this is a book which we have sent as a guidance for who? For the Muslims? Allah doesn't use the word Muslim. Allah doesn't use the word mu'min. Allah uses a specific word. And Allah uses the word muttaqi. And muttaqi, as I've explained to you, is a person who represents Islam in the best possible manner. Because you represent Allah and you represent Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is that representation which makes you, which gives you, Allah will give you hidayah then. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, become a muttaqi and I will guide you. Inna Allah ma'alladhina attaqaw. Allah says, those of you who develop taqwa, I'm with you. Then Allah says, Allahu wallahu waliyul muttaqin. Allah is the wali. You know, today we look for awliya everywhere. We search for them everywhere, on the mountains, in the forests, everywhere. We want to plant a little flag, put a little green little piece of cloth, we look for them. We dream about them. We visit them. We do all kinds of things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah is the wali. Wali is the singular of awliya. Allah says, I'm your wali. I'm your friend. I'm your protector. Of who? Of the muttaqin. So if we exchange Allah as our wali, as our protector, and as a friend for the people whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made human beings like us. We have to answer to Allah like us. Whom only Allah knows their status. We don't know their status. We don't. We only know the status of the Nabi, of the Anbiya, and of the Ashab. Their status we know. Why do we know their status? Because Allah says, رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah says, Allahu waliyul ladina amanu. Allah is the wali of those who believe. Inna Allah yuhibbul muttaqin. Allah says, I love the muttaqin. I love the muttaqin. Allah says, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah says, I accept only from the muttaqin. So, the word taqwa in the first verse relating to fasting is a very, very important word. But it's not a word that deals only with iman, what is in the heart. And so, Ramadan then is the platinum standard for the development of taqwa. And I want to go back where I started about knowledge. I'm now in my final descent back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I've almost spent my whole life, except maybe the first 20 years of my life. But since then I've devoted my whole life to studying the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I say this because I want to tell you that I now, at this stage of my life, feel that I have learned absolutely nothing. I feel I've not been what I should have done. Maybe I learned too little, maybe I wasted a lot of time. Maybe this, maybe that. You know, when you get older and your heart, your ticker starts doing things that you didn't do before, you reflect on your life. Although I spent studying on 3 continents, I still, and I'm amazed that Muslims can be Muslim without this kind of interaction. Learning, sitting in the dust, listening to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I heard somebody say, there was a khutbah somewhere last week also where the Imam said that, why do you let your daughters go to university? Why do you let them do engineering, you wear a hard hat at a building site? Why do you let your girls become doctors? There should be. Men are much more intelligent than women, and it's only men that should study further than maybe high school. You know, if somebody says this in the street or at the dinner table, it's fine. But if somebody says this in the most sacred space which Allah created, which is the masjid, then we're living in dangerous times. Why? Because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ومسلم. It's the first thing about this. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says that I have made that knowledge is found on men and women. He didn't say a woman must go up to there and a man can go up to there. No. And before he died, he told the Sahaba, 1/3 of your knowledge you'll get from Aisha, my wife. He didn't think, Prophet didn't think, well, Aisha's my wife, she cooks for me, she does everything for me, I must teach Abu Bakr everything. He's a man. He didn't say to the Sahaba, come here, you'll get 1/3 of your knowledge from Abu Bakr. He said, you'll get 1/3 of your knowledge from Aisha. Because Aisha was his student. Aisha sat at his feet. She learned with him in one house. Obviously, she would know much more than anybody else. So that kind of argument, yes, if you argue that universities are not good people, are not good places to be in, children go down with scarves and get involved, that is something else. That is not the university's fault. That is your fault as a father. If you haven't brought up your child correctly in the home, you can send the child to the masjid and you do wrong things. Never mind to the university. So we shouldn't complain that, I sent my child to university and nobody in a scarf around, she met John there, now she wants to get married to John, etc., or to Mary, or that's not the UCT's problem. That's not UWC's problem. No, it's my problem. It's your problem. Before you send your child to such institutions, you must give them taqwa. You must give them good character. You must give them knowledge. First, knowledge of Islam. So we tend to blame everything on Western civilization. What we say, now children mustn't become, daughters mustn't become doctors, they mustn't become this. What utter rubbish. What nonsense. The first word that was revealed in the Quran is learn, IQRA. Bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, read and study in the name of your Lord who created man. So we have this kind of disconnect between us and the Quran and the Sunnah. We have a disconnect. How can a person stand in the Jummah khutbah and say, don't do this? When there's clear evidence in the Quran, clear evidence in the Hadith, that knowledge is for everybody. I mean, if you look at the Jews, for example, not that I want to make a good example of a Jew, but all their girls go to university. And how many Jewish girls who are at university work in the workplace? Very few. The Jewish men work in the workplace. They are the corporate leaders. They do everything. Maybe here and there find a Jewish lady who is married in the corporate world. What do? They become mothers. They become stay-at-home mothers. Jews have a lot of children because they're a small community. And they know that if the mother has a degree, children will have degrees. That's how it is. A lot of exceptions to that. So the Jews control knowledge in the world today. Most of the doctors are Jews. Most of the Nobel Peace Prize winners are Jews. Most of the big business people in the world, not even in South Africa, are Jews. They have a country that keeps 2 billion Muslims hostage in the Middle East. A small little country of, I think there are about 25 million people. I may be mistaken. That keeps an invisible gun at the head of 2 billion people. They say if all the Arabs go to the toilet at once, they'll drown out Israel. They just do that. But why are we where we are? Because of this kind of attitude and mentality amongst Muslims. That is why the Middle East is where they are. And this is not what Islam teaches us. Islam has a history of, do you know that they are found in Norway, coins minted in the 9th century. When was the Prophet born? In which century? 7th century. Exactly which day? Which year? In which year? Not Hijri year, Gregorian year. Which year was the Prophet? Just to give you an idea of the timeline. To give you an idea of the timeline. 575. When did he die? So it's not 575. It's 570. 570. He died, yeah? He died. When was he born? What does your phone say? 570. Come, can we get consensus on this? Don't want to leave unless at least one thing you must know about Muhammad Sallallahu when he was born. What is the year now? 2017. Nabi Sallallahu was born 570. How much is 900 years from the time that he was 900 years from the time he was born? 570? 900 minus 570 is how much? I'm not going to do your work for you. I'm asking you the question. 900 minus 570 is how much?
330.
330. Allah reward you for that answer. Right. So we're looking at 330 years after the birth of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's a long time. They found stashes of coins minted in Baghdad, in Norway, in the 9th century, 300 years after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Where did they find it? The Arabs were trading with the Norwegians. We think, we're not just. They were trading with the Norwegians 300 years after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Those people went back. They were so impressed with everything. The first time they see coins, Muslims were the first person to mint silver coins. And how did they know it was Arab? Because it had Arabic writing on it. And the soldiers who came from Norway, people who came, when they died, they buried the money with them in the graves. So now when they did excavations, archaeological excavations, they found these masses of coins buried with these people. All Muslim. All with La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah written on the one side of the coin. And the amount that was worth on the other side of the coin. So Islam then was always a universal faith. And it was not only a faith, it was also a civilization. It just didn't talk about religion. It also spoke about education. It paid authors, scholars who wrote books. If you were a scholar in Baghdad, 100 years after Muhammad ﷺ, the Khalifa would have taken your book that you wrote, you would have put it on the scale, and he would have given you the weight of the book in gold. So it tells you two things. It tells you they were not only knowledgeable, they were also very rich. You know, when they conquered Pakistan, when that part was conquered, the army brought back to Medina 60 million silver coins. And they say today that would be worth about 60 million, something like $6,000 billion. So one can understand how rich the Muslim empire was. And remember, they came out of the desert. They were desert people. They were not like the Romans or like the Persians who had a culture and a civilization. All they had with them was Allah and His Prophet. We have left Allah and His Prophet one side, and we have adopted everything that the kuffar has given to us. Everything. And what do we do with everything the Quran, kuffar gives to us? What do we do with it? We Islamize it. We take the economics and we call it Islamic. Put Islam in front and we call it Islamic economics. We take the finance and we put Islam in front and we call it Islamic finance. Inshallah, I still want to explain this and talk about it more down later on. And we have left our heritage. What Muhammad has taught us, Allah, the Lord of the universe, has given us in the Quran. And we elevate this kind of knowledge. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give, inshallah, that in this month of Ramadan, that we focus on two things. Salah you have to do, not only in Ramadan, every day of your life. Zakah is farad upon you. You can't be in Ramadan unless you fast. So your mind should be occupied with things which, ideas and values, which will add value to our lives. Like knowledge, for example, adds value to your life. Character adds value to your life. Reading adds value to your life. Any questions? We have about 5 minutes and we want to ask a question. Maybe on Ramadan. I haven't gone into the fiqh of Ramadan. So if anybody wants to ask a question, maybe on the fiqh of Ramadan. Or any other question, make a comment. You're welcome. Somebody on that side. Well, I'll repeat the question for the ladies. Fadallah. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
There was something that I came across from one of the institutions here in Cape Town is about wanting to change our fiqh. They're saying our fiqh is backwards.
Yes.
And it needs to be changed to accommodate this new 2017 era of fiqh. What is your thoughts on that, Sheikh?
Our fiqh has a built-in method of adapting to modern circumstances. The law which Muhammad ﷺ came to explain to us, which he found in the Quran, is developmental. It adapts itself all the time. And we have a methodology by which we achieve that. And that methodology is called ijtihad. So yes, we must adapt not our fiqh. We must adapt our understanding of our law to find out whether we can accept or reject what is happening around us today. Take the world of halal, for example. Our fiqh has everything inside it to tell us exactly how to determine what is halal and what is haram. We do not have to apply our minds by ourselves and say, well, no, we think that we should now change our fiqh to accommodate this or that. We do not accommodate. We adapt to the world in which we live. We don't accommodate the world. We adapt to the world. And we have our methodology, ijtihad. Ijtihad is where we apply our minds to the revelatory sciences, which is the Quran and the Sunnah. And of course, from that flows the application of qiyas, analogy, and the application of ijma to the Quran and Sunnah. So when people say we must change the fiqh, that is, or reform the law, that is contrary to what Islam preaches. And it shows a lack of understanding of what law is. Because remember, there are two things. What is fiqh and what is fiqh? Fiqh is the house that man built. Fiqh is what the interpretation of man, of the Quran, of the Sunnah, and what the Sahaba did, and what the Tabi'in did. The greatest exponents of this application of the mind was Imam Abu Hanifa, Shafi, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and Imam Malik. They were human beings like me and you. But Allah gave them the insight to interpret the Quran and the Sunnah, and what they developed is called fiqh. That is man's interpretation. That is why they have four interpretations. One does not change. The Sharia does not change. The Sharia is that which is unchangeable. That is the Quran and Sunnah of Muhammad. But again, there is a science, inshallah, that we need to learn. And it's not difficult to learn. Anybody can learn that. You don't have to apply it, but you can know the rules and regulations of how to apply rules in order to adapt it to modern circumstances. Any other questions? Yes. Yes, sir. Don't ask a long question.
No.
I know you understand.
There's going to do a reality here in Cape Town or South Africa.
All right.
How Islamic law, if we not become aware, can be eroded.
Yes.
And particularly in the Islamic languages.
Yes.
Now there is a trend, and I think which is going to be played out in the High Court very soon, that Islamic marriages are not fair in terms of the equity that should be given to the wife. So what we do have now is a serious attack on Islamic marriages. And perhaps you're aware or not aware that there is now, where the situation is where the woman is now trying to shift how the proprietary consequences of a Muslim marriage must be now taken and decided by a court, South African court, the constitutional court. Now this does present serious problems to us if the Muslims don't understand. First of all, I think it's partly because how men treat their wives, treat them upon divorce, and the wives are better about it. But that should not allow a wife, a disgruntled wife, to now want to change Sharia.
So basically what you're saying is, disgruntled women who are ill-treated by their husbands now take their matters to the High Court.
And they want to
That's
change
basically what
the
you're saying.
picture. They want to change it to say.
And some of these women want to change the law because they feel that the law is not fair and does not treat them fairly in terms of South African law. They feel South African treats them fairly. Of course, it's quite evident that the problem doesn't lie with the High Court. Neither does the problem lie with our women. The problem lies with people like me, who have, for centuries, not explained to women the rights which Allah and His Prophet have given to them. That is the problem that we have. And we as ulama, when we deal with these issues, we deal with it in a very unprofessional manner. In fact, when women come to some of our premier organizations, they are more disgruntled, coming from there, more depressed than anything else. When women used to go to the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they used to leave him smiling, they didn't matter what problem they took. So our problem not only here, in India we have the same problem, in Egypt they have the same problem, in most of the Muslim countries, in Saudi Arabia women have their problems. I've studied in Egypt, I've studied the problems that they have in terms of what they call Muslim personal law, or al-ahwal al-shakhsiyya. I've sat on the board developing this law here in this country, Muslim personal law book. I've personally dealt with, I'm a social worker by profession, so I've dealt with issues of marriage and divorce in the Muslim community from the age of 19 when I qualified as a social worker. That's about 50 years ago. Yeah. Problem always lies with us. If we had a fully established court, Sharia court, with qualified people sitting on the bench, we would never have had the problem today. And the biggest problem, of course, is also that there have been a lot wrong with the bill that we drafted. But it wasn't the bill that was rejected by Parliament. It was the fact that the ulama in this country could not get together and decide on one single bill that they wanted to submit. Because at some level you have to go to the High Court. Muslim organizations cannot, for example, force a husband to pay maintenance, for example, or decide on issues of what belongs to who, for example. They may say, yes, it belongs to you, but they can't implement anything. They've got no executory powers. So if we had a bench, we have people, we have qualified people. We have the best advocates amongst us, we could have set on our own Sharia bench. We have ulama amongst us, we could have set on the bench. So that's where the problem lies. So if people tell me, yes, we are under threat, we are standing with a gun like this in our own hand. All the problems that we have is because of ourselves, because of our negligence of the Quran and Sunnah. And who are the proponents of Quran and Sunnah? Who are the people that must put Quran and Sunnah center stage? The High Court? No. The Muslims. And who should lead the Muslims in putting the Quran and Sunnah in the center stage? The ulama. So ultimately, on the day of Qiyamah, Allah, you will come to Allah and say, yeah, I was a lawyer. Allah will say, come, you're a lawyer. You took all my talaq, speak about the Quran, you took it to the High Court. Why did you do that? What did you say? They will say, yeah, but the ulama didn't teach us. They didn't guide us. And what will Allah say? What will you say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You will say, oh Allah, curse them. وَالْعَنْهُمْ لَعْنًا كَبِيرًا. Give them a double punishment and curse them. So, it is important for people who are people of deen to speak about Quran and Sunnah. That's our job. We're not speaking about them. If you look at everything is about, somebody said to me the other day that out of the 400 masjids in Cape Town, unfortunately this masjid is the only masjid who didn't celebrate Nisfu Sha'ban. He said every single masjid in this Cape Town celebrated Nisfu Sha'ban. And he said where he went, and where everybody goes, they quote a hadith. The most authentic hadith they quote is a hadith narrated by Ibn Majah, where the Prophet ﷺ went to the seventh. Sorry, I'm going to take a bit of your time. I may not be alive next week, so I'll take it. It's very important. So he said, this hadith, when Nabi went to the Maqbara, to the graveyard, the night of Nisfu Sha'ban, he came back and he went to Hajj Salah, and so on and so on. In other words, the hadith talks about what the Nabi ﷺ did. So he looked at him, I looked at him, and I said to him, you know what is strange about this hadith? Whatever hadith it is, is that how come the Prophet never told this hadith to his most beloved Sahaba that was with him, Abu Bakr and Umar and Ali, these people who were given Jannah on the dunya? Why did the Nabi not say to you, then come with me to the maqbara? Or not come with me, tell him, tonight is the 15th night of Sha'ban, as it did with Laylatul Qadr. You should do this on this night and that. Why make it a secret? And the secret was discovered when? 1,000 years after the death of the Nabi, we discovered the secret. Oh, now we know that this is. Same with Mawlid. And my job is to tell you these things. This is my job to tell you. That when we look at the Quran and Sunnah, what do we see? We see Eid al-Fitr as a celebration. Eid al-Adha as a celebration. Laylatul Qadr as a night, a great night. Mi'raj is a night, we don't know when it happened, but it's a great night. We need to talk about it, speak about it, the importance of Islam. But we also need to inform our community that this is what it is. And it's exactly what it is. The Sahaba never celebrated. The Tabi'een never celebrated. So what did he say to me? He said, yeah, but the people. I said, brother, imagine I have to consult you about the deen of Allah. What would have happened? I would have had 300 ideas only in this masjid. Isn't it? Never mind what the other 400 masjids. So, questions around changing our fiqh, questions around we are under attack as far as our Muslim personal law is concerned, is because of ourselves. Our divisions in this community are because we have abandoned the Prophet, his companions, and the Quran for pleasing people. That's what. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this holy month, this great month of Ramadan, to guide us back to the Quran and Sunnah. Nabi Sallallahu said this deen started strange and it will again become strange. And it's now again become strange. Nabi Sallallahu said, give glad tidings to the strangers. Give glad tidings to the strangers. So if you are a stranger, and you are Quran and Sunnah, Nabi Sallallahu gives you glad tidings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, that He gives all of us glad tidings. Time is up. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم ثبتنا على نهج الاستقامة وأعذنا من موجبات الندامة يوم القيامة. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. اللهم ثبت أقدامنا عند اللقاء يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وذنوب والدينا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم افتح لنا بخير، اختم لنا بخير، واجعل عواقب أمورنا بخير، بيدك الخير والعافية إنك على كل شيء قدير. دعوة فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحية فيها السلام وآخر دعوانا. شكرا for your time.